Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV, church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina and Clovis, special guests. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.
All right. Hello, everybody. It is time to have this conversation about these great hot topics. Y'all, I'm so excited today. I'm so excited. Y'all know I have a lot of stuff that I cover on the channel, so I don't bring these videos up one by one. But when I get an opportunity and some time to sit down and really run them, I like to run them all together. So we're going to talk about some trending topics that's going on. And I've got some beautiful ladies that are joining me today. Hey, Kim. How you doing, girl?
Doing great.
I love it. Listen, Kim Delivers has a YouTube channel as well. She has put it in the chat. You guys go over and follow her, as well as beautiful Naughty Love. Hey, Naughty Love, how you doing, girl? I love it. I love it. You're on mute, Naughty.
Yep, you're on mute, Naughty.
I'm doing great, God. It's just a beautiful day. I'm just loving having the day off.
Oh, I love that. You know, a good day off is good, girl.
I needed it.
It's real good. Well, if y'all have not subscribed to the channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show, make sure that y'all subscribe today. We've got some church news coming up every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. We do have our church news segment. We're going to be talking about some stuff tonight. Y'all want to check that out as well. You guys, let's get into these trending topics. Let's have a conversation, ladies. Let's start off with Steve Harvey. Naughty's like, oh no, Steve. Now, there's two topics that's going around regarding Steve Harvey. One of them is allegations of him having an affair on his wife, Marjorie. I don't believe all of that stuff. I don't really put a lot of that on my channel unless I know it, but we're going to talk about that. But we're also going to talk about this tweet that went out. Now, for those of you that don't know, there was a tweet that was posted on Steve Harvey's Twitter page. And the tweet mentioned, it says it on here, let me read the article. It says, Steve Harvey wants you to know that his Twitter post about unfunny comedians came from an employee, not him. It said the post on his Instagram page asked followers to name a comedian that they don't find funny at all. And it got over 1 million views. Now, Steve Harvey claims he didn't authorize it. He didn't think it should have taken place. So I'm going to come on down here to you, Naughty. Girl, tell me your thoughts real briefly on the marriage thing and then on this tweet while I pull up this video.
On the marriage, you know, unless we have proof, we don't really know if it's fact. Now, they saying all is well. I'm going to just go with that, Juice, to be quite honest, because what else do we have to go on? You know, I do believe, you know, where there's smoke, there's fire. You know, Steve has a very salacious past, let's just say. And Marjorie does too, equally as so. So I just kind of don't put anything past both of them. And I feel like it's all a distraction because there's a lot of allegations coming out. And I found it kind of odd that he would just respond to the tweet story and not address anything else that's going on out here. Because there's some things coming out about Mr. Harvey.
Mm-hmm. Well. What do you think about this this tweet saying that, you know, he didn't authorize it?
I feel like that's the excuse that all celebrities use now when things leak out without their permission. They blame it on the social media manager and I'm firing them and things like that. But I mean, don't you get the final say? Like, I just
Yeah, they got to prove it before they send it out. And you know, that's the thing when you have people that handle your stuff. We have people here at the Juice Radio and Talk Show that's in our chats that handles all of that, you know, and stuff like that. And again, I understand what Steve Harvey was saying, because I'm going to share the video and then I'm going to come over to Kim first before I share the video. Steve was saying, listen, I'm going to take responsibility because it's my channel. I get that. I don't agree that he should have been fired. I don't agree that he should have fired this person. I think that was too rash, too harsh, too fast, because maybe the young person, whoever it was, thought, okay, this is going to be good. It did what it was set out to do. It got 1 million views. So it did that. But I don't think that the person should have been fired. Now, if there was a protocol in place to say you must get everything approved before you post it, then yes, then that's a means for firing. But if that was not the protocol, Steve just jumping to fire someone because he got backlash on a Twitter, I don't know. Kim, what's your thoughts on the marriage on the tweet?
Well, on the marriage, I think I heard Steve say something, but for sure, Marjorie said something. But here's the deal. My cousin had been telling me about that. She's not a Steve Harvey fan. And I was just like, girl, you keep hearing that stuff on TikTok. I said, I don't believe it. I said, for one, what made me not believe it is because of the $400 million. In 2019, they used the same story. Okay. So, because I looked it up, because I wanted to Google. I said, if TMZ isn't telling me, and it wasn't any reputable channels that was saying any of that information. So, I just thought those were people that were gossip channels that just wanted clicks and views, because that's what it's about in the social media thing. You need clicks and views. So they've heard that story before. Tasha just did one on about how bad Marjorie is with her ex-husband. He was talking about how she flipped and flopped around. So people want to hear more of that probably, and they want to make both of them into a villain. I don't agree with necessarily all the stuff that they did to get them to where they are now. Okay. But that's not mine to say. Okay.
Yeah.
Live and let live. And I'm going to tell you something. I know that they're married now, and how they got there is a different thing. But this is honestly my opinion on that. You get married as many times as you need to get married to find your happiness. Okay. So, if you need to be Elizabeth Taylor and you need to have all of them under your belt, then hey, you do what you got to do if you still looking for your happily ever after, because everybody deserves it. So that's how I feel about it. But I just know is that when it comes out, it's going to come out. We'll all know. You know what I mean? Now, as it relates to that tweet, I think that the young man, whoever the person was, I think they could do that, because the thing is that when it comes down to boosting, I mean, they've got a whole class on that, with Google on how to boost your views and things like that on the SEO platforms and things of that sort. So it's all about hyperbole. Hyperbole gets you there. So you want all this hype stuff, to get people like, oh, click, you know what I mean? And then watch the commercials that come on, and if any come on, so they can not only generate revenue to their channel or to their video, but to also widen the audience and their audience reach. I think that could happen. He may not have thought that was that bad, because comedians talk stuff. They usually roast people in a way that roasting. I could see where they would find that. I mean, they do dinners where they roast people. They roast the president. You know what I mean? So I could see where he did that, and he wasn't necessarily directed to do that. Yeah, I kind of think it was harsh to fire him. I think that, but I think at the same time, people need to understand how important social media is, and having an online presence and your branding and protecting your brand. So that means that you need to put the work in the beginning and make sure you have a mature person that has an understanding of the fine line when it comes down to what to post and, and how to post it.
Right. Absolutely. And that's where you got to have that real conversation. You got to have that conversation with your people. If they don't know what the limits are, and it's hard with social media, because some people may be like, okay, that wasn't bad. He just wanted to know who was good, who wasn't bad, because allegedly they were saying who's a good person, who's not. But somebody else may view it different. Well, here's Steve Harvey, because they were pushing for Steve Harvey to give a response. And so Steve Harvey did exactly that. He gave a response. And here's that response that Steve Harvey gave. This is fair use. Let me go ahead and let you know this is fair use.
All right, I got to take some time to address this here. I came down here to get away, get in some nature, do some fishing. Somebody works for me on my Twitter, put a statement out that was totally negative. I got to take responsibility for it because they work for me. But the engagement was talking about name a comedian you don't think is funny. Why would I do something like that? They don't even make no damn sense. My whole brand is to be motivational. And I'm going to turn around and say something like that. You don't know where these young people at in their career, man. They could be coming up in anything. I'm all about positivity. I would have never done nothing like that. I'm so pissed off right now, man. Talking about I was trying to get some engagement. Okay. Be trying to get some employment too. My bad, y'all. Now I got to come on here and do something, doing a damn selfie. So here it is. I'm sorry, man. My bad, y'all. Won't happen again, though.
All right, so Steve said he had to come on there, and it seemed like in this post from Steve that he was just like, listen, I just heard about this and now I'm finna say something. It seemed like he was really, really ticked. But again, I really do hope that Steve Harvey would calm down a little bit and talk to whoever is his brand person for this social media. And, you know, unless this has happened before. I also want to say hello to all of you who are in the chat. I didn't forget y'all. You know, I like to give acknowledgement to all of you. So glad that y'all are here. I want to give a great big shout out to Vernice Riggs. Thank you.
Hey, Bernice.
Hi, Bernice.
And Vernice has become a YouTube member over here at the Juice Radio. Thank you so much, Vernice. Appreciate you so much. Listen, Aaron is here, y'all.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, Aaron. Hi, Aaron. I remember Aaron.
Yes, Aaron is over here telling everybody to remember to like, subscribe, share, all that. Thank you, Aaron, for being the best moderator ever. Hey, Robin, how you doing? Thank you, sir, very much for being here. Y'all give a great big shout out to Justin.
Hi, Justin.
Justin says, hi, ladies. Excited for today's show. Thank you so much. We appreciate you all being so kind and considerate in the chats here. Thank y'all so very much. Remember to follow these ladies' channels. Kim Delivers, she put it in the chat. Naughty Love, she put hers in. Naughty, put yours in the chat when you get a chance as well. Thank you so much. Robin said this in the chat. She said, Steve Harvey, I'm thinking, where's the smoke?
Where there's smoke, there's fire, probably. Is what
Maybe so. Maybe
that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
That's what Naughty said.
Yes, I love it. So Pastor Lorenzo's here. Hey, Pastor Lorenzo, how you doing? He said, I don't think Steve would say that. And with all that he does, he can't check everything. We understand that. We understand it may have been something that happened. And probably Steve again said, you know, he didn't agree to it. But Steve, come on now. What has this other person, the person to do your branding, have they done so much other good stuff for you? Can they get you like one pass, maybe put them on suspension or something? I hate for people to lose a job. Robin says the person who sent the tweet was out of order and clearly did not know his employer. Steve did not need additional engagement. All right, now say that part because he does have several followers. Hey, Latoya. Thank you so much for being here. All right, you guys, let's jump on over to this next story that we're going to talk about. Eva Marcel. Eva, you guys, there's a photo of Eva showing very frail in the photo, and people are questioning if there is something medically wrong or what's going on with Eva. Now, when I saw this photo, I thought to myself, you know, Eva's always been a very small person. I don't think that people should jump to conclusions real fast about a person's health, especially on social media. I think if anything, if they feel as though there's something medically going on, pray for them. But there's been a lot of people putting out a lot of false narratives about this. And Eva, you know, again, I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but let me share this video. Kim, tell me your thoughts on Eva Marcel.
I love Eva.
Yeah.
I really do love Eva. Well, you know, now I saw that when she is really thin on this one, but there was one where she was walking up to a step repeat where she was even thinner. And then there was one where she and Michael were together. Was it Michael? Is that what her husband's name was? Michael? And, you know, she was still small, but she had a little meat on her. I don't know what it is. I mean, I really don't know. I know stress can do that to people.
Yeah.
You know, she came out of a marriage and then you don't know whether or not that other dude was coming back at her, you know, like, well, you ain't got that one no more. I mean, you just don't know. And then Now she's got all 3 kids to herself. She's got a TV show that's really popping. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't know. But you know, I've never seen her this thin. I just don't know.
Yeah.
And then I think when in this article or something, or even in that video, she might have been out eating breakfast. I saw one video with her eating breakfast.
Yes.
And I'm not going to tell you no story. I saw her being this thin, and I was like, let me see what she eating. And she was eating a biscuit with gravy and everything. So I said, well, she eating fattening food. So
that's right. Mm-hmm. I know. Nadi, what's your thoughts on this?
Number one, I love Eva. My prayers go out to her. And I just really feel like she's stressed out between the divorce and now she's a single mother of 3. All right. And she's working. And I'm thinking she's lacking her self-care time. You understand? I'm thinking she's very spread thin and things like that. And I'm just praying that she just gets back to herself, because I love her as Madam on All the Queen's Men. Okay. And she is fabulous on that show. So I just really think life is just lifing for her, and she's probably stressed. And so I can relate to this, because when I was going through so much, my weight suffered. I wasn't eating properly and things like that. It's because the stress was consuming me that it suppressed my appetite.
And not the other way around.
Okay. I'm like you, Kim.
Well, sometimes
I'm like you. I do the same thing. I'm an eater when I'm stressing.
And that just goes to show how stress can affect all of us differently. Right?
Yeah.
Right. And some people eat for comfort and they put on the weight, and some people the stress consumes them and it suppresses their appetite.
Yes. And here's the other part with her being a celebrity. It gets real bad because when people start talking negative about you, it adds more stress, because the article did state that in that tweet or Instagram that she posted, she turned the comments off, and people asked, why did she turn the comments off? And she replied on another platform that, you know, it was just too much, you know, too many bad comments that came in. So she just turned the comments off on the post. I think people have to learn how to be more respectful, kind, considerate, and caring in a good way when it comes to posting comments, you know, because a lot of people can really drive people into more of a depressed state, you know, with this. But we're praying. Again, I'm gonna agree with you, ladies. I think she's just going through a lot in her family life right now. She's always been a thin person, but she's always been a beautiful person. And, you know, she'll get the weight back, you know.
And I want to add one thing about that too. When she was on that video eating that biscuit and gravy, she had on a t-shirt and she had a hat. Her hair was all over her head. She said that she was just coming back from church. She said, y'all, I finally found me a church home. It's called TRIUMPH Church. So she's searching for something.
You said a whole bunch right there, Kim. Okay, you said a whole bunch.
She's probably going through something. You know what I mean? Because I hate to say it, but a lot of times we go through something with the first person we go to. We may not have called his name all year long, but we like, Lord. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying.
I love that. You absolutely right. Y'all say hello to Sin City from NOLA.
Hi, Sin City from NOLA.
How you doing? She said the sisters are doing for me today. Hey, hey, girl. Hey, I love it. Thank you so much for being here. Listen, we having a chit chat about these stories. Listen, there's another story that's out, you guys. There is an airline, United Airlines, has been ordered to pay a $30 million settlement after it says Nathaniel Foster, that's the young man who unfortunately passed away. Nathaniel Foster's family are paid $30 million in compensation by United after a staffer left a quadriplegic passenger in a vegetative state by shoving him hard. It says here, United Airlines agreed to pay $30 million to the family of a quadriplegic man who was left brain dead brain damage after being aggressively removed from a flight February 8th. It also says Nathaniel Foster, who's 26 years old, who uses a wheelchair, ventilator, and a tracheal tube, was traveling between San Francisco and Monroe, Louisiana with his family. The family alleged he said he couldn't breathe. Nathaniel NJ, which they call him NJ, went into cardiac arrest. He's unable to eat solid foods or speak, while his life expectancy had shrunk by 7.5 years. But they're saying what happened when he was on this plane, they were traveling, I believe it was to a funeral, sad to say, and he was exiting the plane, and people, you know how the people assist to get you off of the plane. Something happened with them trying to move him. It was so bad that one of the gentlemen that was trying to move him, that worked for the airline, was like saying, allegedly, I can't do this. You guys help get him off, and not really caring as much. And during this force that they were trying to move him, his tube, I believe, came loose. He whispered these words to his mother, I can't breathe. And those were the last words that he spoke. You guys, what's your thoughts on this? Go ahead, Nadi.
I think they deserve more than that. Seriously. Like, where's the compassion? And if you don't want to do the job, back off and let somebody who does step in. And dealing with, see, I grew up with my grandparents and stuff like that. So we were taught how to respect our elders and how to treat them gentle when they get older and everything. And it's just like, people are so heartless now, Juice and Kim. I feel like the family deserves more than $30 million. Nothing's going to bring them back. And all you had to do was just be a little gentle to help him get to his next destination. I think that's a small feat to ask, especially when it's your job. And I hope whoever that person was that was mishandling him lost everything. Sorry.
Yeah, it's hard. That's tough. Kim Delivers, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, I have osteo and rheumatoid arthritis, and it's getting a little bit better. But at the time I went to Miami earlier this year, and even if with it better, I still would do the same thing, and I would get a transport assistant at the airport. And when I was there, I happened to have a nice young man, okay, and the young man on the way back. Now on the other flight, coming back when I was in Miami, coming back. No, when we got to Miami and to get me out there, I had a lady that was good. But then on the way back to Michigan, to Detroit, the lady, she was not so good. And then when I got to Detroit, and for them to take me from the plane to outside, the little boy was still, I said, hey, you were the one that took me when I came to Miami. He was like, yeah. He said, I was supposed to be off. He was telling me as we were walking that he was supposed to be off. He had been working going on 15 hours that day.
Wow.
He said that, and which is true, because they have you waiting a little bit long at each one that I went to, but nobody's signing up for them jobs. He says, and nobody wants to get these jobs. And even one of the guys who had taken me, he was a really nice guy too. He told me the same thing. He said they only get paid $10 to do that. And they got to walk these people and push them things. And they not one, like, you got a self-propelled lawnmower. They not self-propelled chairs, okay? You got to push people, you know what I mean? And can you imagine people of all different sizes they have to push? And then they have to work on that young boy all day long. Now, I say all that to say, you know who's applying for those jobs, first of all, okay? And then so for one, I think that they should be paying a little bit more for those jobs for people to take care. Because what kind of people are they attracting with the little bit of money they're paying them, and how you work them to death? That young boy said he didn't even eat lunch that day. He said he was so glad that he stopped. He was a little late for work that day because he said, I better eat breakfast. He said, no, I'm going to run out because I don't want to be late. He said, I'm so glad I did because I haven't gotten lunch. He said, I ate, but I didn't get a lunch. And can you imagine you pushing yourself? So, and sometimes getting over those ramps and stuff like that when you're coming off the plane, it's kind of hard. So they've had to shove me, because I ain't skinny. Okay. So, it might take a little bit of push. So no telling what could happen. I'm not saying that's right. But what I'm saying is that the airlines have not invested in that particular part of the service that they provide. And they need to do better and way better. You need to put people that are capable of pushing it. I had this one lady that was smaller than me pushing me around. Okay. So she was pushing everybody around. Can you believe that she might be pushing people who's, 200-300 pounds or something like that in those chairs? That's a lot. They should do better. They need to do better. So I'm like, Nadi, if they're not going to invest in that department and that service, then they need to pay up and pay up good.
Yeah.
And let me correct this. They stated that he did not die, but it left him in a vegetative state, because they said before this he was able to move around. Let me show you the video up here. I mean, the photo. This is him before he was able to communicate. They're saying that's the way he was before, but after this incident, he's now been left in a vegetative state, and this is what he looks like now. Let me go ahead and bring. This is one of the videos they showed him in the hospital.
Oh my gosh.
Here. So
they robbed him of his quality of life that he had left. He was already limited. And look at him.
Yeah, and they say now that he's in a permanent vegetative state. Permanent, and the last words that he could speak at the time was, "I can't breathe." So before this, he was breathing. Now, I'm a firm believer in God can do a miracle.
Yeah.
I am a firm believer in God can do a miracle. So we just pray that a miracle will take place, and he will get back to the place where he is able to speak. Maybe, we just pray right now that he's just resting right now. He's just resting, getting ready for his comeback in Jesus' name. All I can do is ask him, Father that can be able to do the miracles out here. He's done bigger things than that. So, I'm a firm believer in that. So y'all say hello to beautiful Curves.
Hey,
my
Curves.
She said, "Hey, ladies, glad Nadi told me about this and glad I could catch it. We're so happy you're here, Curves. We love you too. Y'all support her channel as well." All right, you guys, let's continue with these chats. All right, you guys, here's another story. I need these ladies to tell me what they thought is on this one. This story comes from WSB TV. Woman applying for a job at Georgia Wingstop ends up pulling out store manager's hair. Y'all, it says in this article, a woman interviewing for a job at a Georgia Wingstop was arrested after she pulled out the store manager's hair during a fight. It says the general manager told the woman that she did not get the job because she was rude and asked her to leave. As the woman left, she slammed the door on the general manager's arm. As she continued to walk to the parking lot, the woman grabbed the manager's hair and pulled some of it out. According to the incident, the woman and the manager, who were both not identified, then got into a fight, a fist fight. It's unclear what charges a job-seeking woman is facing or if the general manager is facing any charges. Y'all, she went in there and they were like, "No, we can't hire you. We can't hire you." And she got rude and got in a fight.
Oh my God.
I blame this all on social media. All on social media. Got these people out here. Nobody has any conflict resolution skills anymore. You have to use your word, people. You have to use your words. Like, even if she would just curse her out, that's better than her putting her hands on her. You know what I mean? You could walk away from that. But I blame this all on social media, Juice, okay? Because they got the young folk out here thinking that they could just run up and beat everybody up without consequence. You see it in Jocelyn Hernandez. You see it on the baddies. You see it everywhere. It's all over. These young people, they don't want to be held accountable. You see it on the YouTube, okay? Like, people don't have any conflict resolution skills. They don't know how to conversate their way through issues. It is not okay to lay hands on anyone just because you don't get your way.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just a no. And you go back to you just go back to the drawing board and you learn from it and you do better the next time. One foot in front of the other.
Y'all remember to thumbs up this video. Thank you, Aaron, for reminding us thumbs up. Listen, I love this here. Listen, Latoya said this. She said Kim's face is priceless. I
love me some Latoya. Shit. I love me some Latoya.
Kim, what you think about this girl going to the job interview
in the world? It's so funny. It's so funny because I remember, and me and my friends and everybody else, when we were looking for jobs, and we maybe, young enough. Hey Shay, when we were young enough to, be going to well, first of all, I love Wingstop, so that's first thing. Don't be going up there cutting up around my chicken wings, okay, my friend. Okay, so
y'all mess with Rick Ross money. Leave Rick Ross money alone.
Yeah, that's right. And then the other thing is that I remember we would be so excited about a job, we would do role play. Okay, you're gonna be the interviewer, and and then I'll be the applicant, and then we were role playing stuff like that until you felt like, okay, I got it in the bag now, and you go out there and you prepare. Who goes to a job interview? I mean, for real, I have no words. I just don't even know what to say.
Role play. Role play? I'm finna go in here and fight the lady that's gonna tell me I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't get the job.
It's
if
just
they don't
ratchet.
give me that job, I'm gonna whoop that lady butt.
It's just ratchet behavior. It's just ratchet behavior.
Ratchet.
It's crazy how people think their behavior is going to get them what they want and to a better place in life. It's just crazy to me. And of course, the manager, we can see the manager was right. If allegedly this did happen, the girl was rude, and you don't want somebody like that working in your company.
No, you do not.
And now, but look. Not only did you walk away jobless, now you got charges to fight. Okay, so now you done ran up the bill.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you didn't even got a job.
You don't even have a job.
That's crazy. But let's talk about this on a serious note. You guys, women, us, my ladies, I have been out here advocating for my culture and our people to do better in life. We have so much freedom in America, and we take it for granted. We should not be out here acting as though we have no real value for ourselves. I mean, come on, our family members, generations back, had to fight for the freedom that we have. Why are we out here acting like we are not valued as a people? We need to do better. Respect yourself and respect others. These are two of our people out here, allegedly, because they didn't say the nationality of the two, but I'm just alleging because, they do got some wings out there. I'm just saying.
That part, Juice.
So why can't we just respect and love one another and get out here and disagree lovingly? I just don't understand that. I don't. Go ahead, Nadia, and then I'm going to come up to Kim and we're going to go on to this next story.
People have to understand certain things are put in your path because it's meant to be a distraction and divisive. It's meant to test you, to grow as a person. I just really feel that our people don't value themselves because of generations that raised them and things like that. But I think our younger people need to understand, like, we could turn this around.
Thank you.
And we're stronger together than we are divided, being catty and competing with one another. And I think when you add the competition level, that's when everyone gets very rude and disrespectful because greed kicks in, because everyone wants to be at the top. And then also, I just think we live in a society now where everyone feels their opinion matters and everyone feels like they could say any and everything out loud. There's no boundaries or respect for mankind anymore. There's
no repercussions for it. There's no repercussions for bad actions. That's part of it. So y'all say hello to Aoki001. How you doing, Aoki? Thank you for being here.
I love that name.
I know it's cute. Say, hey, everyone. Aaron sent me. Thank you so very much. She said, Kim, you so sassy. LOL. That's Shay B. I know. Kim is, when I grow up. I'm probably Kim's same age. We probably the same age, but Kim just got this swab.
I don't think so. I think you're younger than me.
But don't y'all think? Let's just sidetrack real for a second. Don't y'all think Kim has like the suave about her that she's just?
She definitely got swagger. She definitely got swagger. That's that car salesman's pimp swagger. Okay.
You buy this car. You leaving with this car.
And that Detroit thing too, get that part too.
Yeah.
Mixed up with the Detroit.
Yes.
I saw Kim had posted a picture and I was like, wait a minute, I need to up my game. I said that with Diva, but Kim, I'm finna go and find me a hairdresser right now and get this done together. I love it.
Thank you guys for the love.
Story. It is. Pastor Lorenzo said they feel so entitled instead of finding out what they can do to help themselves get the next one. That part.
And can I add to that?
Yes, you can.
They don't want to work for anything. They want everything to be instantaneous, fast. And I just thank God I came from a generation where we really had to work for what we wanted, you know, because now
there were requirements on us too, though. It wasn't any requirements. And even when we were kids, everything our parents did taught us that. Okay. Even as a child, you can't go outside and do nothing until these chores are done. Okay, you got your license. That don't mean nothing. You got to go to the cleaners now. You got to go pay the light bill. You got to go to the bank and deposit this money. Everything you had to do, you had to work for to earn that privilege. Nowadays.
And we just get in the street and just show our whole behind. And for what? And then, thank you, Holy Spirit, then we turn around and say, we want people to respect us.
Can't have it both ways.
You want somebody to respect you, but yet and still you do stuff like this. So y'all say hello to Niqua. Hey, Niqua. Hey, Niqua. Thank you for being here. All right, you guys, let's talk about this next story. Let me go ahead and bring up these little bad boys. Let me just go ahead and bring these up right.
And that really goes into the other story you just had. So that's good.
That's right. These little bad boys over here. Let me bring them up.
Disrespectful.
All right, y'all. Y'all watch this video we're about to show here, and we're going to have a chat about this one here. Now, these are some youngsters, y'all. Let me put this fair use up here, because this one right here, I was shocked.
Let me maximize my screen, because I want to see this good.
Okay, yeah, girl. Put it up there. Here's the video, you guys. Listen to this one. Now, it tells you on the headline here that police were called to a home it says police were at a home to serve a search warrant in search of a M suspect. The 30-second clip shows the unnamed boy standing barefoot in the streets in his underwear and yelling at a black police officer, telling him to shut up. Now, y'all, hold on a second. Let me just go ahead and run this. Look at this little one right here. Y'all see him in the frame right there? In his underwear?
They'll be the baddest ones.
And two officers right there together. Let me see if I can blow this up. Here we go. Let's run it.
I'm frying his ass. His deep fried Oreo head ass.
Y'all,
can we say CPS? Where are you?
Y'all.
CPS.
Now, when I first saw this, I thought for a minute and I said, hold on now. He looked like he can't even say his ABCs and 1, 2, 3s or say his mama phone number, address, none of that stuff.
He can't.
But then I listened again as I watched again, and I heard the other people in the back that looked like they were teenagers egging him on, saying all this crazy stuff to the officers. And it just had my mind to think, okay, here we go again. We are still going backwards. People, come on. This is crazy. I'm going to start with you, Kim. Go ahead and tell me, girl, what you think about this mess.
First of all, those kids are like feral animals, okay? Like they're raised in the wild. They don't have anybody rearing them, okay? So that's the other thing. That's the first thing. It was a time where if you were found to do something bad, okay, and I'm talking about my age, but I'm way older, but if we were found to do something bad, the neighborhoods would check you. You can't check nobody's kids nowadays. The mom and daddy's is going to be coming up on you. That is, and I'm sorry to say it, but this is how I feel, okay?
Say what you feel.
That's a little felon in training, okay? It's a little felon in training. That's why he was swelling up on them all like that and everything, because that's how they're teaching him to be. He would be the same person that would go to interview at Wingstop and want to fight the manager. Okay. He would be the same person through the interview process when they send him in the front line so that you can serve the customers that would be rude to the customers. You know what I mean? So that's a shame. And then the thing about it is that there's a lot of mentor groups and everything, because I know a guy here that he tries to mentor young men and everything that are in the community and stuff like that are disadvantaged by showing them how to tie ties, just do the whole gambit, you know what I mean? And it's not about appearance, it's about everything else, but I want to go into that. But the bottom line is that would they even benefit for that? Because you can teach them whatever you want to teach them, but they got to go back home to that. So whatever you do, they're going to undo it when they get back home. You know what I mean? It reminded me of this show, the Fatima, that I watched. They had Zatima. Anyway, the guy was a skit and imitates life, and he was so abused. He can't have any relationships because his mom mistreated him, his brother mistreated him. They had him stealing out there, telling him he wasn't gonna get caught because he was young and he would never catch no time. So they put him out there in the forefront, and then they would leave him once they got all the money, and they would leave him at home with nothing to eat and all the rest of that, and then dog him and all the rest of that, and all of his subsequent relationships are just the pits. He can't be open with anybody. He doesn't know how to navigate through relationships.
Wow.
And he doesn't even know how to navigate through the world in all actuality because of the trauma that was inflicted on him there. So I'm saying all that to say is that, CPS, you can call CPS, but, it has its problems too. I hate to say that, I just got with divine intervention going to have to come down. That's all I'm trying to say. Divine intervention.
That's right. Go ahead, Naughty.
I mean, that just showed me the product of the environment they are living in on a regular basis. And to have the generation right before them, egging them on, you setting these boys up for a recipe for disaster. Okay, you number one, I had to learn to respect authority. There's a certain mannerism. And I'm surprised the cops didn't go arrest the mother. Like, why are your kids out here with no underwear on? Being belligerent.
Yeah, just underwear, no shoes,
no shoes, no nothing else. You're right.
And this little boy can't even spell his name. Don't even know his ABCs all the way. But he can say the B word and curse out a grown adult. This is what happened when you let technology raise your kids, people.
Yes.
And these little kids, they not in daycare or nothing. They're picking it up right in the home. They're repeating what they live every day. And it breaks my heart. It just makes me feel like those young men are already defeated. They already
Yes, I was trying not to say that, but I feel that too.
They already are starting behind the 8 ball.
It's sad. I saw some comments in here where people were saying, they need, I think Pastor Lorenzo said in one of the comments, they should be removed and placed in, in another home and their parents and so forth. They should be removed from their parents and so forth. Here's the thing. Even if, this is just my opinion, even if they're removed from their home and go into a foster care, now you put that behavior on another adult to try and handle that, who physically can't put paws on them like they would want to. You're putting them in another environment that, what are they going to do? So I think what we really have to do is you have to get to the parents to try and get the parents to change, and then you could probably work on getting the kids to change. And I know there's, 50-50 on the side when it comes to this particular story. But let me tell you, these kids are going to grow up and continue to be menaces to the society and to themselves.
And can I make a point? These are the type of kids, a whooping don't even work on these type of kids.
Yeah, they're like feral animals though.
It don't. A whooping is not going to work. So hello, Mr. Frosty 760. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Mr. Frosty said this: the problem starts with fathers being removed from the home by the Democratic Party insensitive single motherhood.
Clinton started that whole wave. Removing the daddies, and now you have broken homes. The mom trying to do everything. She trying to do everything on her own. She get overwhelmed.
She's stressed.
She gets stressed and checks out. You understand? Because
it just doesn't care sometimes. Sometimes the mother just gets to a point they just don't care. That's why we have to teach each other. And the ladies on the panel here, we're going to be getting together trying to do some more stories where we teach mothers about self-love, teach women about self-love, loving yourself, having faith in yourself, knowing that where you are today does not mean you're going to be in that same pit tomorrow. So, and I'm a big advocate for that, because I was a single mom at one time, and it got to the point sometime where I was struggling and I felt like I'm just going to give up, And by the grace of God, I found the strength and got the strength to rise up out of my slump and say, listen, I don't know, kids, how we going to do it, but we going to do it. And we going to do it the right way. We ain't going to go out here and do it the wrong way, but we going to do it. And thank God, I was successful at that, successful at being able to come up, be respectful and be respected. And my kids the same way. So we got to help young women to know, don't give up and throw in the towel. Don't do it. Shaky said being removed can be even more difficult for the child.
Right. That's what I was saying too. So sometimes, and you never know how those people are going to treat them kids either.
That's true too. That's especially ones like that.
And foster care is basically just meant to house them. That's about it.
It's just like these young kids have lost their innocence. There's no more. I was just talking about that. I think last week I went to see my friend and we just went and hung out on the river. We came from a generation where the boys played in the brook. They highlight of the day was trying to catch a frog or some lightning bugs and stuff like that. These kids aren't outside doing activities and learning how to fish, learning how to live off the land and things like that. These things need to be implemented back into the family structure to keep these kids. Yeah, these kids have to be occupied with something. It can't be with technology. They need to go outside and learn how to live off of the earth and things like that.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
And not fight. Y'all say hello to my boy. AT2's in the house.
Hey, AT2.
Hey, AT2.
Y'all know I love me some AT2.
I love me some AT2 too.
Oh my goodness. All right, you guys. So let's go on to this next story. Now, you guys, Michael Jordan. Y'all know Michael Jordan had a really big divorce from his previous wife where he lost a lot of money. Well, he didn't lose it. We know where it's at. She got it. But there's another story that I want to cover. Michael Jordan is married again. His wife is Yvette Prieto, and part of her prenup has been exposed, and it's saying that Michael Jordan's wife Yvette Prieto will allegedly, because I don't have the actual prenup, allegedly receive $1 million for every year of marriage and $5 million per year if she stays more than 10 years with Michael Jordan. Okay. It also says in this article from fadeawayworld.net that Jordan once had to pay his ex-wife $165 million in a divorce settlement. So what do you guys think about now when Michael Jordan is like, I learned from the last one. I'm not going to do that. Let me go ahead and get this. Do y'all think $1 million a year is a good enough settlement for this Yvette Prieto if they were to get a divorce? Go ahead, Nadi.
She signed it, so yeah, I do. I agree with her. She signed it. Okay.
And I think she'll still be able to maintain the same lifestyle. I mean, come on now. I think that's sufficient enough.
Well, he got a lot of money.
and look, are they planning on having children? You know what I mean? Like, if they're not planning on having children just for her, yeah, I think that's enough. I'm more than enough. Him. I love Michael Jordan as a player, but his ego is super inflated.
But you wouldn't be able to take that $1 million and live in the kind of house that they have. I mean, so that $1 million, it's not going to give her the same lifestyle, not the kind that he has. But all I'm saying that is she signed it. She must have agreed with it at the time. Now we know she signed it because she wasn't going to do nothing to keep her away from Michael. You need me to sign this right now. You know what I mean? So evidently she like it. I love it.
Now, if she stays with him more than 10 years, then that $1 million will turn into $5 million per year. So
I think she's going to stick it out. She's going to stick it out.
Stick and stay, girl. Stick and stay. Stick and stay. Michael Jordan is like,
I mean, she would only come away with $10 million for 10 years. So after that, yeah, you know what I mean? So
stick and stay.
Yeah, stick and stay. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the first wife really got it all. See,
what was
he didn't do a
prenup.
I forget her name. I'll pull up her.
I forget her name.
Yeah, I forgot her name. But I was so happy. I am not going to tell you. When they gave us the settlement of her, I was like, yes.
She deserved it. She earned it.
She did, didn't she?
She
Was
earned
that
it.
Juanita Benoit?
Juanita.
Juanita, yes.
Because it was
But
rumors with him being with the nail tech, or somebody had a nail salon or something for the longest. And I'm not sure this woman that he has now was a nail tech or not.
that's what it's not worth it to cheat. It could be expensive if you cheat. Okay. It's just decide to leave the relationship first.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Michael Jordan's like, I'm not doing that no more. All right. These next two stories, we're going to start here with Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, they're saying that allegedly Tom Cruise may quit Scientology because of his daughter, Siri. It says Tom Cruise is recognized as Scientology's golden boy, yet he appears to be leaving the faith he once adored. This might help the actor mend his relationship with his daughter. Now, a lot of you know that Tom Cruise is part of Scientology and his ex-wife is not a part of it. And I believe she has custody of their daughter. And Tom Cruise, the faith that they're in, Scientology states, allegedly, that if your whole family does not attend, those family members don't attend, then you cannot have a relationship with those family members that don't attend the Scientology. And the story is saying allegedly that Tom Cruise has this strained relationship from his daughter because of her not attending Scientology. So now there's stories going around stating allegedly that Tom Cruise may be thinking about getting out of Scientology because he wants to mend this relationship with his daughter. Now, I'm going to have this on here because let me tell y'all, I am against any religion that tries to keep family away from any family member. I don't like that. Scientology is big on that. I don't understand it. I think it's more of a control than anything. I think that's the real narcissistic behavior to really keep somebody away from your family. I don't believe there's any God in that. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that Tom Cruise should leave that and go ahead and have that relationship with his daughter? I don't even know why he let them put that in the middle of him anyway. Y'all go ahead and talk. What you think?
Tom Cruise finally is waking up. Okay, enough of the absentee dad. Your child needs you. And this is what led to Katie Holmes leaving, because Scientology takes your children away from you young. Like as soon as they hit their teenage years, they have to go off away from their parents, and they're basically adults, and they're basically forced into child labor. Like it looks all glamorous, but it's not. It's a cult. It's really a cult. And Tom was used as a vessel to bring in more money to that cult. This is $1 billion cult. And in all actuality, what is he really gaining from the religion? All right. But Katie Holmes had enough sense to say, not my child. You go over there if that's what you want to do, but I'm taking mine with me. And I just think finally he's having an awakening, because there's a whole lot that has come out through the years about Scientology, from Leah Remini's series. It's HBO specials about it, the abuses that go on there. And at the end of the day, it's only one person getting rich. Yeah. And that's the person at the top.
That's him. That's him. All now, right. There's a lot. If y'all want to learn more about this Scientology and get some understanding, Nadi was right. Y'all check out Leah Remini's show. It's all over social media. That show, when I saw that, I was like, wow, that is a rude awakening to what she alleges is happening in the Scientology behind those walls. So there's a lot that they're alleging is going on. Kim, what you think about Scientology, Tom Cruise, and the baby?
Oh, yeah, I think the same thing, because that's why Katie left in the first place. And they do take your children away. They got something called, and Leah Remini, when she did it, it's some kind of thing, like I want to call it Voyagers, because they go like a ship thing or whatever. And they take your kids and they put them away like in this little camp. That's a Voyager. And girls and everything have gotten their innocence taken away. Things of that sort. Boys too as well, because ain't nobody, you know what I mean? Because that's a way people are able to break people down and psychologically manipulate them and things of that sort. Who wants a child to go through that? They do the same thing with the wives and stuff, and they treat the wives certain ways. He should have been let that go, because I remember when he had that child, when they were talking about he was pregnant. Remember, he was on Ellen's show and he jumped up and down on the couch. Oprah, thank you. And he jumped up and down on the couch with joy and glee, and I believe that was authentic. But you really were happy to be a father, and then you're going to let this place come in way. I don't understand that.
And
You
I'm
know,
with
you do
Jews. Any
understand that.
religion where they excommunicate your family, that's not normal,
Mm-mm,
and that is not of God.
Yeah, I
mm-mm,
wouldn't be bringing nothing like that. I'm gonna tell you that right
mm-mm,
now. I'm gonna tell
mm-mm,
you right now.
mm-mm. People need to learn that excommunication, what that really means. It does not mean the family, taken away. Y'all do a study. I'll do a segment on that and tell y'all really what that means on a follow-up
Mm-hmm.
video. But that's just crazy how because the child and the mother does not attend church, then the leader of that church is going to say, well, you can't have a relationship with them. And that's one of their tactics also, thank you, Holy Spirit, to drag people into that church to become seat fillers in that church. They're trying to tell them if you want to have a relationship with that person, and friends too, you can't come over here. Now I want to ask Tom Cruise, if Tom Cruise can't have a relationship with his family, what about all those producers, directors, writers, and all that he got relationship with allegedly and be around and talk to?
But that's what
Why?
Leah said too, though. They want famous people, though. They want celebrities and stuff like that. So that is a necessary evil they're dealing with.
Yeah,
Well, that's
it
what they use
is.
as bait. That's what they use as bait. But people need to understand that brainwashing in America is a thing. And that's all their
Yes.
programming. It's nothing spiritual behind Scientology. It's all brainwashing tactics to get you programmed so that you can walk the way they feel like you should walk. I mean, any religion that takes away your free logical thinking, I'm going to question it. Like, why do I have to give up my free reign of logic and thinking to appease what? An alien at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And it's really a pyramid scheme designed so that people basically give away their whole life savings. And Scientology has empty buildings. They have so much money that
It's
it's not
crazy.
even being occupied.
Yes.
It's crazy. Pastor Lorenzo said, I just wish he would leave because he knows it's wrong. If he
Yeah.
leaves for his kids and it doesn't work out, he will go back. Will he go back? And that's the thing. He might go back. Well, you guys, we'll be following that. See, I really don't think he's going to leave Scientology. He's been there so long. I think he's vested. I think he's part of the concrete of it. But I do pray that people will get the true knowledge of which God they're serving.
Mm-hmm.
Amen to that.
Which God they're serving. So our last story we're going to talk about is Publix. All right, Publix, along with a lot of other stores, have now come up with this new thing where they're saying, we don't want your pets in here. So there's some new signs at Publix, and it says this in this article that I found online from Reeves Jackson is the writer. It says these new signs at Publix have one simple message: don't bring your pets inside. They said if you probably shopped at Publix stores in the last week or so, you've noticed or probably noticed several new green signs inside. It says in Atlanta, although shopping may be a pleasure, your pets aren't allowed inside Publix grocery store. If you shopped at Publix or inside Publix the last week or so, you've noticed these signs. It says a supermarket chain that is so widely popular in Georgia is reminding its customers that it's illegal to bring any pets inside the store unless they are registered service animals. Get this, you guys. Here's the kicker. Emotional support animals are not allowed inside either. Y'all, I was so happy when I saw this story. I was so happy. I was like, yeah.
There is a God, there is a God, there is a God.
Hallelujah.
I'm sorry, all my pet lovers. I'm sorry,
It's a
pet lovers.
sanitary. I'm sorry. It's a sanitary issue for me.
Yes, go ahead, Nadi. I could not. When I go inside grocery stores, especially, and these animals, and a lot of people, they letting their animals just get up on the shelves, like that. And here's the thing. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for reminding me. The people are touching the vegetables, the fruit, the food, and then, I don't want that, and they put it back, and then they grab these dogs, and
they letting the dog eat out their hand, and then they reaching back in, getting some, it's just a sanitary issue for me. And I kept to myself about it, but I never liked it. I never liked it. And I feel like people started to take it for granted when it came. I'm glad they put that clause in there about the emotional support animals, because people take it too far. People take it way too far. But the only thing when I see that happening, it's like, oh my God, it's gonna be dog hair and all my stuff or whatever. And people have to remember, like, when I grew up, dogs had special places in our home. They weren't allowed to just roam and be on the furniture, be on the counters and things like that. No, they had certain areas they were trained to be in.
Yeah.
And guess what? They didn't go to the store with us.
And here's the thing. And here's the thing. I understand. Okay, now it said unless they are registered service animals. So for those of you who say, what's the difference between a registered service animal and an emotional support animal? Service animals are those that assist a lot of time with maybe disabled. They're assistants. They're trained differently than the emotional support pets. Emotional support pets, though they are very important to people as well, and I understand people need emotional support pets. They do wonderful jobs and they're helping a lot of people with their emotion and their self-care. However, I don't think that some of these pets should be in certain areas. And it's just hard, it's just, I'm sorry, guys. Let me get rid of that. This person. Go ahead, Naughty.
Oh, no, I totally agree. And there's a difference between emotional support and a service animal. A service animal is for like someone that is blind, somebody, partially disabled, like you said. But emotional support, they're carrying the animal in their arms and the hair is flying everywhere. And then you got areas where the food is open. I know in my supermarket, there's certain areas where the food is open.
Yes. Now, Shaby had this comment. Shaby, we love you. She said, I take my baby Zola anywhere she is acceptable. We're codependent. Now, Shaby, this is very respectful comment. That's why I wanted to bring it back on the screen. She says anywhere she is acceptable, you guys. She said we codependent. And I get that. I love that. And I'm with you, girl. But I'm sure Shaby is not like some of these people that have some of these animals that look like they bathed in a while. They look like they need some care.
And like we said, she said where it's acceptable. Therein lies the key word. You know what I mean?
That's the key word. That's the key word. That is. Pastor Lorenzo said, yes, animals in the store is not good. I have seen some stories of some people as we close this out, bringing their animals, they emotional support animals on the plane, and tell somebody, some of these animals, y'all need to stop. Some of these type of animals they don't had on here on some of these planes and stuff, pet snakes and pet pythons and all kind of other kind of stuff. It's just getting to be a little bit much, but they your support and I'm not knocking that, but they just not everybody else's support.
Right. And then I've been places where I saw big dogs and everything and big old fishes like dogs, and I'm scared of them. You know what I mean?
Scary.
And this one guy, he had one, he was trying to show off about his dog. And so he was just telling his dog to sit there, and a big old dog, and then no chain and nothing else. He said, sit. And the dog sat there, but I mean, he's still an animal. So
that's right.
You might see, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then not only that, Jews, not everybody grooms their animals properly. That's sorry.
That's it. That's the difference. Not everybody is grooming them pets the same way. So y'all take care of your pets, and your pets will take care of you. And if you take better care of your pets and have better control of your pets, maybe Publix and these other stores will reverse this new thing that they have in place. But until
I don't want them to reverse it.
Until y'all can get it together, y'all pet lovers, it is now illegal. Illegal, you guys. You can't go in there and fuss and say, no, this is my emotional pet. You can't do that anymore. It is a law now that unless your pet is a service animal, it cannot be in the store. It cannot be in the store. Robin clears it up by saying this: emotional support animals are not trained to assist. Well, now, that's it. Well, you guys, this has been our wonderful chit chat on these trending topics. I want to thank you.
I love this.
I love it.
Thank you for being on here. We're going to do more of this. We're going to get into more stories about, wonderful women, helping women like all of us do here on the panel. Naughty Love has a beautiful channel. Y'all check her out. I love her channel. Naughty Love. She's doing a movement out here, you guys. I'm so happy. Look, girl, I made a new word for you. I'm glappy.
Glappy. I like it. I'm going to use it. Glappy.
I'm glad and happy, girl. I'm glappy. I'm so happy that I met Naughty Love, and through her I met Kim and others. Kim, you're a beautiful person, beautiful spirit. I love you, love you, love you.
I love you.
Yes, y'all check out Kim Delivers. Y'all subscribe today to her channel. Remember also, those of you who have not subscribed, subscribe to the Juice Radio and Talk Show. We're not just a radio and talk show. We are a platform that's out here that love to promote unity, love, and equality out here in this world. And we want to stop the stigma of the nastiness in social media. And we're doing that by showing you how we do that with love over here with these stories like we did today and other shows and programs that we have coming up on the channel. So remember to subscribe today. If you're tired of the mess, then come over here like the rest. Join the Juice Radio and Talk Show and subscribe today. I love y'all. Love y'all. Kim, thank you so much. Thank you, Naughty. Thank you to all the viewers. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. Take care. Okay. We'll be back for the next one. Appreciate y'all, ladies.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so very much. We're going to be back for some more stories. We have tonight church news. Y'all check us out. Click that notification bell if you haven't done so already. Go over to our YouTube page, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. You see the logo on the screen here with the red mug and microphone. And y'all subscribe today. We got church news coming up, and it's going to be so good. So good. All right. Y'all stay blessed out there. Stay safe. And remember, if a story is going to be written about you, an article written, a story written, or a video posted, make sure it's something that's going to show your good side and not your bad side. Watch out, because everybody is watching and filming and taking notes. Y'all have a blessed day. And if the next story is about you, again, let it be a good one. Love y'all for watching. Catch y'all on the next one. Bye.
A heartfelt thank you to all of our subscribers who joined us for this video. If you have not already subscribed, go to our YouTube channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Subscribe and click on the notification bell to be alerted whenever we go live. Join our private Juice community. Go to www.thejuicecommunity.com and sign up for free. Join us, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. We have our Money Monday financial series. It is a lunch and learn program at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. Also on Monday, we have our reality series and hot topics at 7 p.m. Wednesdays, we have Bible study at 7:30 p.m. Thursdays, we have church news at 7:30 p.m. We also offer motivational moments, happy marriage lifestyle, news from a godly perspective, movie reviews, as well as our single moms club, Let's Talk Ex-Millennials, and of course, our Cooking with Clovis. Follow us on our podcast channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show Podcast, streaming on all podcast platforms. A great big thank you to our podcast production company, Noye Podcast Productions. They can help you create your own podcast also. Contact them today at houseofnoye.com. Thank you to our sponsor, Custom Apparel Shop. Have them complete your embroidery work and silk screening needs. Do you need a logo created for your fashion apparel or company? Contact Israel Mason today. That is 786-657-7501. Thank you to our main sponsor, Truth and Triumph Ministries. Truth and Triumph Ministries, a ministry that cares about telling people the truth so they can triumph in life. Thank you, Truth and Triumph Ministries, for all you do.